I just made my first 100,000 Robux without spending a single dollar. But how did I do it? Now, most people would probably say to just AFK and please donate or to use Microsoft rewards, but I didn't do either one of those things. In fact, what I did honestly took more time, but it paid off way more than those two could combined. What's up guys, my name is Intercept, and this is how I made my first 100,000 Robux, and how you can too. Now, before we get into the swing of things, I do want to make it clear that I did make all of these Robux legitimately. And no, it is not inspect element, as you guys can see right here. I am refreshing the page and showing my current pending Robux and payouts. I would say it took me around 2 years, give or take, to get this amount, which honestly is not that much time at all. Just to note, I will be leaving timestamps in the description of this video if you guys want to bounce around to methods that interest you the most. And the methods that I show honestly might not be for everyone, but these are the ways that I found to be the most effective and that made the biggest impact on me when I was on the journey to earning up to 100,000 Robux. Now, probably the most common and most talked about method of earning Robux is to create and sell clothing. I will be making a tutorial on how I made the clothing and how you can too soon, but this part for me came with a lot of luck. One day I just decided to make shirts for my girlfriend and myself, and for some reason the shirts just blew up, resulting in thousands of sales. This is definitely a longer process, but the sales do add up. So one of honestly the main methods that I made all of my Robux was by creating models and assets for different games. On screen are just a couple of the games that I have contributed to or making models for. But here, I'm going to just show off a couple of my notable things. So first and foremost, candy pack. This is just a simple, asset pack of different things of candy. And I do everything 100% in Roblox Studio. I do not use Blender because I have zero Blender experience. So this is candy pack, some simple candies. We have like a jelly bean I left uncolored so he could color it. A like nerd cluster gummy, if you know, these are fire. A couple lollipops, one regular, one with a bite taken out of it. This was made with just like a bunch of like wedges kind of shaped and moved around, unionized into this to make the bite effect. Candy bar, a lifesaver mint, candy cane, ice cream with the cone, just like a normal hard candy, and then gum. And you might be asking, like, you don't use Blender, so how did you get text? Well, I used this thing called, I'll find it, hang on, here it is. 3D text, right? You activate the cursor, place it down, you type like something, right? It changes the text. You can choose like the font and stuff like that, and yeah. But here are some more things I made. These are droppers and upgraders for a tycoon. Honestly, these were some of my first few I actually ever made. In terms of tycoon contributions, but I made this cool looking dropper. Initially there was going to be this right here, like these arms. I wasn't going to do anything with that, but I decided to make like a monster / mech pack. So did that. The eyeball is a free model from Sketchfab, something like that. I'm not sure what website, but it was like one of those 3D model websites. These are from a toolbox pack for just meshes, exported meshes that you can just use. So I just copy pasted all those. But the eyeball itself was not made by me, but everything else was. These were made by me, minus the particle. Someone else made this, but the little ROBLOX bird avatar item I decided to throw in there. Just made like a grandfather clock. These were also 3D models from an external website, but everything else, like here, like these are all individual Roblox parts. This part right here I made a union out of. Dude, I don't think you guys understand, someone who fairly new to making just like nice models, how difficult something like this was. But yeah, I had to use, this looks like this was a wedge and then just some regular parts. Dude, I don't know, but it was difficult just to make tiny texture that no one probably will pay attention to. But and then I made this really cool, dude, I was really proud of this. This is just taken from inside of that and recolored. But this I really like a lot. And hello? Wait, how did I not notice this part right here? What? Okay, but yeah. Really proud of this. Some branded things, really real for the group slash game I made for. Made an arcade machine with logo of the game on there, or group rather. And then a bunch of cylinder, circle spheres, whatever, like that. 3D text thing again. And then an arcade machine that I just referenced from a Google image of an actual arcade claw machine. And then I did a Moon Animator export of a few avatars. This one's mine. Not really sure who this one is, low-key. Just requested to add this guy, and then this is the owner of the group. In all, model creating and asset contributions were a very big key factor in how I made my first 100K. So one of the current things that I do is project management and testing. And the way I got into it was actually the Talent Hub. And if you guys don't know what the Talent Hub is, what you want to do, go up to your Create tab, go to All Tools on the left, and then hit Talent. This is going to be a place where you can find jobs and hire people. This is where I started out. I found a open testing for a game, and I contributed to, testing updates and stuff like that. At first it was just voluntary, then it became paid. And then I eventually became the lead QA. So I went on this, and I'll show you guys actually right now if I can pull it up, my employer portal. Pretty much I made jobs and hired people to test games. On screen are a few of the games and the group that I ran these sessions for, or that I am the current manager of. Shameless Plug, but one of the games that you see in the background is one of our recent projects, One Amble Speed. I am overseeing that game as the project manager. I am essentially running the updates, pretty much making up the ideas, telling our team, like the scripters, the UI designer, the VFX artist, like what to do, what we should change, all that stuff. But especially starting out, if you guys are interested in like game testing and all that stuff, the Talent Hub is honestly a really good place to go, because there's always people looking for different types of commissions. And this doesn't even go for testing. This goes for any skill set. If you can model, if you can create UI, you're gonna find it here. So I would highly recommend checking this out, because it is very beneficial, and it's really how I made it to where I am now. So that pretty much concludes how I made my first 100,000 Robux. I will be happy to answer any questions you guys have in the comments, and if you would like a more in-depth process on anything I talked about, such as tutorials on how to make bottles or how to actually test a game, let me know and I will make a video about that. Be sure to subscribe with notifications if you are interested in learning more about game development, management, and so on, because I do plan on creating more informational videos surrounding those topics in the future. With that, thank you all very much for watching, and have an amazing day or night, and I will see you in the next one.